My question is for people who would not want to breastfeed, what options do they have? And I mean, maybe even talk about the stigma that's around people who choose not to, because you mentioned it's there. I also want to know what my options are. I can't imagine. It sounds like a lot.
It is a lot. What you can do, because you know your body will still be producing milk, and you would want your child to have breast milk. If you're able to produce milk, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't offer your child the same milk. Pump, bottle feed, train the baby to bottle feed, watch out to hiyo maziwa, or use formula. That's what I would suggest.
So okay, one, let me address the fact that there's stigma. As much as we say the options are there, let me tell you, just from my experience, I think both of us, and I remember sharing this with you, breastfeeding is the cheapest option you have.
It is, by the way.
Economy,
by the way, it is.
My friend, formula
is
not a joke.
Especially now.
With the prices.
Bro.
It is not a joke. And then you end up with those bougie kids who can only take Laptolin. Intolerant. They have lactose intolerance. I mean, let me tell you, that whole carton is like 1,200, 1,600.
It is not. Right now it's 1,700. And 1 week.
It's done.
Na woni mtoto wako kama 6, 7, 8 months. And you know when they're huko chini, they feed often.
Yes.
Bro, don't.
So I tell people, yours is free. Friend, yours is free. So it is a cheaper option, one. Number two, the bonding is amazing. Oh God, let me tell you, the bond is amazing. Like
yes.
Even though we're saying it was painful, that moment when the baby latches and then they look into your eye. There's a view from here to here. You can't explain. You just like,
they do this to you.
Then they try and touch you because they're like also having that moment.
As they are.
Yes.
Oh,
like they literally have a discovery of who you are. Because you can imagine for them, it's the way you're looking at this tree.
They put fingers in your mouth. It's cute.
It's an exploration time for them.
Yes. And then you see for them, it's a connection of, this is the voice I used to hear in the tummy. And this is it. Can you imagine somebody meeting you for the first time? And you're the first face they see. It's really amazing.
And then I think there's just this like a satisfaction I get from they were crying and then they feed and then they're like they've changed. Mood may change. Like, and then it's like you had your coffee.
Yeah, and then you see the thing also people forget, breastfeeding is not only to feed the baby. It is a secure connection for the child.
Immunity boosting.
Immunity boost. Your milk changes, by the way, depending on the immunity of your baby. For example, if you catch a cold or the baby catches a cold, the content of the milk changes.
How?
Ask.
How?
Because now the body this is how, imagine God is amazing in terms of creation. The body automatically senses. There are sensors in your nipples and you're connected to your brain and connecting to the child. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'd have to send you the video.
It even changes. I'm saying, okay, mine never changed color, but mine even changes color.
Mine changed color. Because now your body produces antibodies. It picks this child's temperature or rini is high. We need to do something. Let me tell you, your body works differently. You can't control it. So I remember my milk would turn yellow. Pure yellow. Yes. And the doctor would just tell me, okay, just breastfeed and see. Just breastfeed and see. And for sure, breastfeed and see. Kidogo, you see the baby has changed. You're like, homa. And
I think it's even nice, like when you're breastfeeding, you're able to tell when your kid is unwell. Because that's the #1 indicator. When they're not feeding.
Yes.
You look at the color of the milk.
Not even the color of milk, even the way they breastfeed. The
way they don't, work like, no, they don't want it.
So it has so many benefits that are intangible and cannot even be measured.
That's true.
Vis-a-vis, even if you bottle feed, and those options are there. But I'm just saying, if you have the ability,
honestly, also it makes your work easier. Bottle feeding, wash
bottles, sterilize. Kumanage watu wenye
hata siku hizi ndo tu niliacha kusterilize vitu.
Unaweza sterilize ya mtu mwenye anakula viatu.
Saizi it used to stress me.
Bite pack.
You wash, you sterilize, uchome na maji moto.
Maybe I found my child eating a slipper and that was the end of it. It was like, oh really? I am here doing
so I do it once a week ile tu ya kuchoma tu na maji moto and that's please. I don't want this stress anymore.
Yeah, so basically, for the options, we encourage if you can, and then the
Yeah.
stigma is, there is stigma.
There is, even from moms.
There's a lot of stigma from moms. And you know, I find how the government is interesting. You know, before they were advocating because women had to go back to work. We also think about the cultural changes and the community, things that have changed over time.
Yeah.
In the 90s, women were being encouraged. You know, we had the affirmative action. Women were being encouraged a lot to go back to work, to start working. I even remember having a discussion with an older mother, and she told me, one of my mentors, that they had leave, maternity leave was 1 month, 21 days since you deliver, and it's a wrap. You know,
You haven't even healed, by the way.
Yeah. Yet, now you know we enjoy 3 months. And you can get, depending on your employer. Men didn't have even paternity. You just announce you have a child, it's okay, good.
Congratulations, bro.
Continue with life. Your role in the family was not really recognized per se. And, sorry. And because of that, these substitutes had to be there. The milk, cow milk with water, you know, the porridge. So people started weaning their kids very early so that they can survive then.
Yeah.
Now, with a more balanced society and also the effects that have been noticed, the medical fraternity and doctors are now started encouraging people. And I think this is roughly what, 7 years back now.
Yeah.
Started encouraging people, more women to breastfeed, because
it's even in the formula thingy.
you're encouraged.
Breast milk is important.
Yeah. So that encouragement, and actually it was a government initiative to make sure that that education goes to the moms. And now you found all the healthcare facilities, even the county government, the first thing they insist on is you must breastfeed. Even in Kenyatta, they have a lactation consultant. The public hospitals, they have a lactation consultant. Like they are trying so much to make sure that we understand the importance of bonding with the children and stuff like that. So I think they're also trying to correct something we don't know they did with us. Because right now, if you talk to my mom will be like, bado kwa nyumba unanyonyesha. So unafaa uende kazini.
That's true.
Because that's what they did. They left us at 1 month and proceeded. Yeah. And they had a community around them. They live with their sisters-in-laws and stuff. But you see, now we don't have that.
Yeah.
You're between. Bro. You're alone, bro. Uko tu hapo hivi wewe na breast, because the stigma will come purely because it's a lot of work, and then sometimes people look at you like you're a cop out. I mean, what's your reason? Yeah, so So people sometimes look at it like a cop out, and which is sad, but some women have reasons, and I said like those first 2 weeks can traumatize you really badly. But I am of the notion like just do what's best for you and your child, and strangely enough, Corey, you will know. For some, you will know this is best for my child.
I like the idea of my woman's intuition. Like,
yes,
guts.
And let me tell you, once you become a mother, you don't even know how guts work. They're like this. Right now, when you feel your child is sick, you will be unstable.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. And you can tell. I find it so strange. Like me, I look at somebody's eye, I'm like, you're not okay. Come, come here. Like your gut is, it's animalistic. It's you're an animal first before you're human.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, that answers that question.
One last question about breastfeeding. Is there a damage to breastfeeding for too long? And I'm not sure what too long is. At what point should you stop? I've heard people complain when their kids are still breastfeeding at 3.
Yes.
Mostly because of a social it's a social thing, like kuna mtoto mkubwa na bado ananyonya, but
stigma pia iko hapo hivyo friend.
I'm not sure about that. I'm curious to hear from you on the same. And also I'm not sure because from what I read that breast milk, you even stop giving the baby immunity at 1 year. They're on their own, so they start building their own immunity.
Okay.
So I'm not sure about the same.
Recommended 2 years. From what my doctor told me. Recommended is up to 2 years. Let me go back to that statement. You're an animal before you're a human. Okay. Have you ever seen what cows do to their calves when they're done with yes, when the age is too much? They kick them. Okay. They kick them. Yeah. It's just a feeling.
But let me tell you, it's stressful to breastfeed
a
big child.
A big child. Hey. So I think you'll just be. Have you seen how a cow does it? It's so bad. Like they're like.
Cut off.
You cut off. So it's natural. Can you imagine? It's just the same way right now. If you go and try and breastfeed from your mom, there's an angst. There's a thing that they will feel. And for some strange reason, that's how we are. So at some point, your instincts already will kick in that it's enough. It becomes a bother.
Interesting.
Yeah, your instincts you will know. There's some people who extend it. I've even seen some too crazy people who do up to 7 years, and I'm like, and why would you do that?
Yeah, my partner used to tell me of a story that
Like, but why
in
would
shule. There's a cousin of his. Mama yake akiletewa lunch na mama yake lunchtime, huyo mwingine anakuja kunyonyeshwa pia. That's
Okay.
lunch.
But you see, and the milk can continue going as long as it's being demanded.
Yeah.
That's the strangest
As
thing
long
about
as
it. Yeah,
someone
It's supply and demand.
it's supply and demand.
Short.
Yeah, as demand is there, supply must happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting. So
Yeah.
as long as you keep
offering it will. Yeah, no,
That's even how you build your supply as you go. during the newborn stage
yeah.
and you. Yeah.
it's a supply and demand.
Once you
balance.
take, it's your body literally. Once you notice yenyewe feed time zimepunguka, pia maziwa yako inapunguka.
Inapunguka. It's
over time.
It's, my friend, it is
It's a wonder.
proper engineering. Proper engineering. Now and then now for me, like what is so interesting for me, like my 18-month on my firstborn was around 18 months. That's when I was having my second born. So instinctively she stopped because the milk started tasting differently.
for her.
Yes, because I was carrying another child and it was just like, And it was so funny.
How many months were you pregnant?
I was 4 months pregnant, and it was so funny. Like she'd come and she'd like, like her face would change. It's like they should look at me like, what have you eaten? She'd literally look at me.
What did you do, Mama?
Then she would remove herself and just be like, "Heesh." Then she'd go look for something to cleanse her palate. Then she's like, where? That was bad. The following day she'd try and attempt, like maybe it's what you ate yesterday. Then she'd,
It's the same thing.
randomly she just one day woke up and she's like, ew.
And I was like,
Like the thing was tasting bad. Now for the second one who had the time of her life, uzuri now when kids are next to each other, they also kind of pace each other. She'd be like, why is this one not breastfeeding? And we are here together. So she started feeling, why you're filming me, your boob? So she'd come and hide it like, please, yeah, I'm good. I'm playing with my sister. So,
Wow.
so it used to embarrass her that
She's
she
still
thinks this
breastfeeding.
other one is pretty much the same because when they grow up together, they kind of look like
Twins.
So she should be like, why is this one not getting it? Why am I getting it? So when she started feeling embarrassed and she'd come and tuck it in, or she'd come with a cover and cover it. In 2 years, me was done. I was just like,
Nice.
thank you guys. It was lovely.
real.
It's a wrap. Yeah, and then all of a sudden they'll all come and look at my boob. But then funny enough, you just become a boob supplier. Your milk. They both pass me like, you and your breasts. This is like, Mom, cover your breast. Even right now, they don't like see. See, this is like,
They're like, ew.
you're naked, mommy. Cover it up. Yes.
So nice.
Yeah, so it's instinctive. It can take 2 years, it can take 3 years for some. Some people go up to 4 years. But it's an instinct. After you'll just feel it's a bit too much.
I hope we have time for another question.
Yeah, we can take one
Although
last
I
one.
feel like you touched about it. What was the one thing that shocked you about newborns? And if there's a difference between actually for the first one and the second one.
Wow, they are gas. Those things can be gassy.
Oh, yeah.
They can be gassy. Way, you don't know how fat smells until you have a newborn. It's just like, it's just like, you must love this thing.
I've had bad ones.
It's wow. Anyway, me that was surprising. On the fact that they can't fart, you have to help them. So you're like,
Oh, yeah.
that was so funny. They don't know how to fart, like they have gas, but then they're uncomfortable. It's like,
Wanaumwa na tumbo and all that.
Then you hold their